Thank you for joining us on this Friday, March 15th, live from the Beasley Media Complex in Boone. This is the Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Callie Walton.
And I'm Hatton.
The man who stole nearly $2 million from Appalachian State University will serve 3 years in prison. Los Angeles resident Ho Shin Lee was found guilty of laundering $1.96 million from the university. A Charlotte federal grand jury indicted Lee back in March of 2018 on 14 counts of money laundering. App State awarded a contract in 2016 to Rogers Builders for the construction of a new health science building. Rogers Builders is an engineering and architectural firm headquartered in Charlotte. Lee then posed as Rogers Builders. He created a fake email and contacted the university with instructions on how to redirect payments to his own bank account. Rogers Builders later contacted the university, notifying them of the mistake. The federal grand jury ordered Lee to pay back the money he laundered and indicted him on one of the original 14 counts as a part of a plea deal.
The Watauga County Board of Elections on Tuesday tabled a vote to move an Election Day polling location from Legends to the Plymouth Student Union. Matthew Snyder is the director of the Board of Elections for Watauga County. He says the state still had to give the board the new layout of the election precincts.
So there's a larger project going on about precincts, so the board has tabled it until we get that information back from the state saying, hey, this is the new state layout for the precincts, and then to see how that fits in with what they want to do.
Eric Eller is a Republican who was appointed to the board on March 7th. He says polling places should not be moved yet and feels it's a waste of time and money. Snyder said the board would receive the information on the precincts from the state in May.
Residents of the Cottages apartment in Boone are calling landlord rights into question. The Cottage's 849 residents received an email in late February alerting them that the water and sewage would shut down for all units. They cited overuse as the reason. The conservation measure was scheduled for 3 nights between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. When someone posted a photo of the email on App State's Classifieds Facebook page, negative responses poured in from residents and community leaders. The Cottages then issued a second email stating it had reversed the decision to turn off the water. The email cited a possible water tank overflow that prevented the ability to drain the tanks so that they comply with state regulations. Matt Windsor is the portfolio manager for the Cardinal Group Management, the Cottage's parent company. He wrote, "Despite this and because of your feedback, we are not going to shut the water off and will keep the well running tonight and hopefully through the weekend. If directed from the state, however, we will have to shut down." Staff for the Cottages of Boone could not be reached for an interview.
An Appalachian State University student faces charges of first-degree sexual exploitation of a minor. Professional school counseling major Frank Cromwell was arrested on February 27th. Cromwell was charged with 5 counts of first-degree sexual exploitation of a minor and 4 counts of second-degree sexual exploitation. Lieutenant Chris Hatton of the Boone Police Department says that Cromwell was pretending to be other people on social media platforms so he could receive inappropriate pictures of minors. So far, 2 victims under 16 years old have come forward. Lieutenant Hatton warns young people to be mindful of the content they share through digital means. Bail for Cromwell was set at $100,000. His court date is set for March 22nd.
The Student Government Association Senate voted to override 2 bills vetoed by Student Body President Dejan Milborn. On Friday 8th, Milborn vetoed both the Standing Committee Statements Act and the Senate Business Program Reform Act. The Senate Business Program Reform Act streamlines the process for changing the Senate's agenda. The Standing Committee Statements Act gave committee members the right to draft Senate statements that read as if they'd already been passed. Both bills received the 2/3 majority vote required to override a veto. After the meeting, Milborn said the Senate did what was in its rights when making the decision.
SGA's new CFO wants to increase financial literacy on campus. James Cornett is a junior finance and banking major. He proposes creating a new course that will teach students financial skills such as budget management and how to fill out taxes. Cornett also wants to create a financial literacy week during which the campus would hold events and provide resources to help students build these skills. Cornett served as president of the Interfraternity Council from 2017 to 2018. The SGA Senate confirmed Cornett on February 26th.
App State students could potentially use their app cards as voter ID in the next election if the State Board of Elections approves it. Chancellor Everett submitted letters to the North Carolina State Board of Elections seeking approval of the app cards on Wednesday. In a newsletter, Everett thanked the campus staff working on the process. She said the university will continue to work closely with the county and State Board of Elections to ensure that the App State community has the knowledge and resources to exercise the legal right to vote.
The Watauga County Sheriff's Office is exploring a pre-arrest program to reduce the recidivism rate in Watauga County. Recidivism is the number of offenders who become repeat offenders. Watauga County Sheriff Lynn Hageman said the program is called Law Enforcement Assisted Diversion, or LEAD. The program gives offenders other options besides incarceration and works to reduce racial inequalities and arrests through the system's support. Robert Childs is the former director of the North Carolina Harm Reduction Coalition. He says, "We know we cannot arrest our way out of poverty, drug dependency, or mental health." Childs said the LEAD initiative works to connect our most at-risk people with support services. Several police departments across the state already use the LEAD program.
A new seminar is taking student art around the world. Called My Place or Yours, the course teaches students about collaborative art by partnering with students at Gonzaga University in Washington State and Yong'an University in the Republic of Korea. This is a junior honors seminar course and does not require an arts background. Kara Hagan is an assistant professor of theater and dance. She says that the course is built around artistic surrogacy, so ideas can be realized without the artist's presence. An exhibit called My Place or Yours will open at the Turchin Art Center on July 5th.
A new TV docu-series will feature Boone business owners and how they give back to the community. Boonies is a 3-part series. Each episode highlights a different Boone entrepreneur. Artemis Independent is the Boone media agency and creative force behind the new docu-series. Artemis president Selena Lauderer was inspired to create the series after meeting local nonprofit auctioneer Jesse Miller. From there, Lauderer began fundraising and planning. The series will also feature Anna Banana's owner, Anna Roseman, and Proper's owner and chef, Angela Kelly. The Boonies director is Kelly Davis. He says he hopes the series will showcase some of Boone's best qualities, including its thriving and exciting community. Boonies will air and stream on UNC TV this spring.
All right, now it's time to check in on sports with Hannah Moseley.
Thanks, Callie. As basketball season comes to a close, the women's basketball team posted a 10-8 conference record. This record was good enough to secure the Mountaineers the 5th seed in the Sun Belt tournament. The team defeated Coastal Carolina in the second round on Wednesday, 78-42. They faced Georgia State in the quarterfinals on Thursday and beat them 47-45. The team fell to Little Rock in the semifinals today, 80-64. The men's team was the 7th seed in their tournament and fell to ULM on Tuesday, 89-80. The men finished the season with a conference record of 6-12 and an overall record of 11-21. Over spring break, the softball team kicked off its conference play at Georgia Southern, where they dominated the Eagles in all 3 games of the series. The team's home opener was on Wednesday versus Gardner-Webb, and the Mountaineers won 1 out of 2 games against the Bulldogs. Game 1 proved yet again that Kinsey Longenecker is no joke. She is now 8-0 at the mound. The team's overall record is now 14-7. They head to the Deep South to face ULM, where they take on the Warhawks in a 3-game series this weekend. The women's tennis team had a successful spring break with wins against College of Charleston, Savannah State, and North Carolina Central. The team also defeated Coastal Carolina on Wednesday 4-2. That gives them an overall winning record of 7-4. Hopefully, the team's success continues into their next conference match on Sunday, March 17th at Arkansas State. As we transition into this new sports season, you can expect a lot more spring sports action to come.
Sounds exciting, Hannah. Thank you. Now it's time for your High Country High Note. A local climber in Boone just won a national climbing tournament. Caldwell Community College student Elijah Kaiser won a gold medal at the USA Climbing Bouldering National Tournament for Youth. The competition took place in Oregon. Kaiser trains locally and placed well in both state and division to make it to the national level. The win qualifies him to compete at the World Bouldering Tournament in Italy later this year. Kaiser said he was surprised at the win because he wasn't focused on winning. He was just trying to climb well. Congratulations, Elijah. That's our report this week. I'm Callie Walton.
And I'm Faith Hatton. For all of us at the Appalachian Weekly News, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.